what's up, everybody? Good afternoon. My name is Jason Flame, Moorpark Karate and Krav Maga in Moorpark, California, and my co-host, Mr. Kevin Kowalczik, in Littleton, Colorado, from Revolution Martial Arts. What's up, sir?
What's up, sir? How are you?
I'm feeling bald today because I don't have my
Hey,
hat, but I feel good.
I still got a little bit.
Yeah, I like that
Still got
hat,
a little
dude.
bit. Hey, man, it's our double digits. We're on
I
10
know.
now.
Number 10. We got almost 10 people watching already. So let's jump right in. If you guys are watching, by the way, whether you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube, shoot us a quick comment. And if you have any questions or anything you want to hear us talk about today, put those in the comments. But last week I want to give props to Mr. Cox for jumping on with me, and we had a really good chat about perseverance, one of our 5 tenets of Tong
Love it.
Sudo. And one of the things that came up, and we talk about this a lot, is black belt mindset. But 4 words came to mind right away. And for those of you that are members of our school, if you earned your white belt through us, and notice that I said earned your white belt, we don't give white belts to anybody. Everybody has to earn it, and they earn it by breaking a board. And we go through 4 specific words and lessons that I think really tell us all about what a black belt mindset is. And so, number 1, we talk about confidence. Number 2, we talk about focus. Number 3, we talk about discipline. Number 4, we talk about commitment. And number 5, I think just kind of goes with the entire martial arts mindset is the no
No
excuses.
excuses.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna get right to that. And when I talk about confidence, you know, at the end of the day, it takes confidence to try anything new, whether it's a brand new teen or adult trying out our Krav Maga class, or a 3 or a 4 year old child coming into the very first martial arts class. It
Yes.
takes confidence literally just to show up. And as they continue coming back, that confidence grows and grows and grows. But, I tell them, you have to be confident enough. You have to believe in yourself to break this board. And it doesn't really matter if anybody else believes in you if you don't believe in yourself. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. So let's talk about that word confidence.
100%. Yeah. I always tell our students the exact same thing. Like, it takes confidence to even step on the floor and start something new, especially the older you get. For teens and adults, it's hard to start something new because you get more stuck in your ways. We always tell students the most important belt is the white belt because it's the courage to have the confidence to do something new, right? So same thing.
Hmm.
Nobody just gets a white belt in our school. They have to earn a white belt. They have to come out on the floor. They have to be confident. They have to follow the class instructions, break a board, learn a series of basic techniques. But the most important thing is that these students are learning that confidence that you get from starting something new, from getting outside of your comfort zone, like starting martial arts and trying something that's different, maybe a little bit uncomfortable, that's going to carry with you the rest of your life. That's actually going to help you in the rest of your life and everyday, activities, work, jobs, school, things like that.
Hmm.
Martial artists carry themselves, I feel, with a totally different confidence level. And I think you could probably agree. I can always tell when somebody walks in my school for the first time and they've trained before. Like,
Hmm.
they come in to bring their kid in for martial arts, but maybe they train in past years because they kind of hold themselves differently. They're more assertive. They make eye contact. They speak up. There's a different confidence level that you can see in martial artists than regular everyday people. So I 100%
Yep.
agree. I think focus, which is our second thing, is just as important. What are your thoughts on focus and how focus is important in the martial arts world?
Well, focus can mean so many different things, right? If we're talking about board breaking, we need to talk about aiming for the middle of the board. When we're talking about setting a goal and achieving a goal, we have to know what the parameters of that goal are. We have to have something, visual. I mean, it's easy for someone to see a stripe on the belt as something to focus on. The
Yeah,
next color belt, I can focus on that. It's really focus means being able to see the vision of what I need to do and how I need to get there. And we were just talking about Mason, right? And Mason went to take his first, real kickboxing lesson today, and I think it took a lot of confidence to do that. Number one,
yeah,
never having done that, but number two, now he knows what he needs to do to get to that next level because now he sees what it takes, right? And so our
exactly.
students are learning what it takes to be a black belt from day one. Everybody hears black belt mindset, and they think, oh, that's 3 years down the line, that's 5 years down the line. No, black belt mindset starts on day
Wow.
one. It starts on day one. And if we're teaching that from the very beginning, if you train like a black belt, you will become a black belt. So I just think focus is being able to see your goal, have a clear vision, and know how to get to that next step.
Yeah, I think you got to be able to focus different ways, right? Focusing with your eyes is one thing. Like you said, looking at a target, like if we're sparring and I want to hit a certain target, that's one thing. But having the mental focus, right? To tie what your vision is or what you're trying to accomplish to an actual tangible goal, it's a totally different thing, right? And I think a lot of people don't set enough goals. I think a lot of people kind of coast through life. They kind of go from one thing to the next thing and or day to day, and they don't really have a focus on where they're headed, right? They just
Mm-hmm.
kind of wake up every day. It's the same routine. It's the same kind of, they check in, check out, get the tasks done for the day, right? But they don't really have a focus and a vision of where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
So that mental focus is really important too. And the same is true with discipline, which is our third topic today, is do you have the discipline? Once you focus and you know your goal, do you have the discipline to carry through, right? Because we all know, like in our martial arts school, we're doing perseverance as our skill this month. We all know people, and this is a lot of people, and I'm guilty of it from time to time too, where we set goals, but then we get distracted, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get comfortable or we get sidetracked. Like, do you have the discipline to show up and put the work in and do it regularly, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I tell my students, discipline isn't doing what you feel like doing; it's doing what's necessary, regardless of how you feel,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, what do you teach to your students about martial arts discipline?
Yeah, well, focus leads to that discipline. And something that just sticks in my head when it comes to focus real quick is what we tell our little dragons, our 3-year-olds. Focus your eyes, you said it. Focus your ears
Yep.
and focus your mind and body. When
Yes,
that's
sir.
all when that's all set, then the discipline starts to come in, right? And I just want to real quick point out and say hello to Whitney. Shout out to you. Showing up on the hard days. Absolutely. When we're talking about
Yes.
discipline, discipline is doing the things that you're supposed to do without being reminded. And of course, everybody knows that I do a show called Master Motivation, right? And motivation is what kind of gets us going, it gets us started, but it's discipline that takes over that
Yeah.
gets us to our goal. It's
Yeah.
so easy. It's so easy to sleep in. It's so easy to skip a workout. It's so easy to go light in your training. And it's so easy, and we'll get to this last thing, to make excuses. See, a lot of people, when it comes to it, they're making excuses, but yet they think that it's a reason.
Yeah.
A reason and excuse is so totally different. But
So
I
different.
think Mr. Cox hit on it a lot. Your what you're feeling at the moment might not be what you need to do. Discipline is after that feeling has faded, after that excitement has gone away. Do you stick to it? And this goes for parents too. And I may get a little heat for this, but we say this all the time that the parents quit a lot sooner than the kids do,
Kids don't quit, parents do.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Johnny
100%.
Johnny says Johnny says I don't want to go to class today. Well, you don't have to want to go to class. You just
Yeah.
have to do it. I don't want to do my homework. You don't have to want to do it. You
Yeah.
need to do it. You
Well,
don't have to.
for parents, how many times do you want to go to pay your bills? How many times do you want to get up and go to work, right? Like how many
Right.
times do you want to get up and go to the gym? Like motivation comes and goes, right? It's one thing I always try to tell people is motivation comes and goes. There's times you're motivated to do something and there's times you're not, right? And it's not about being motivated. It's a feeling, like you said, it comes and goes. It's having the discipline to do what's best for you, what's right for you, regardless of how you feel, which I think is
Hmm.
super, super lost in our society today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and again, I don't want to take too much heat on this, but I have a lot of parents from time to time that say, I don't want to force my child to do something they don't want to do. And think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Think about everything from the time they were born until whatever age they are now. And I have teenagers. Well, one teenager, one's no longer a teenager, but like there's definitely days that I'm like, you're just going to do this. You have to do this. Yes, Whitney. Yes. Yesterday was a crying day for lots of our little dragons, by the way. But yeah, I mean, you just got it. You're gonna force them to do it. You force them to brush their teeth. You force them to eat foods they don't want to eat. You force them to do chores they don't want to
Yeah,
do. And really what we need to think about is why should we do martial arts? Why should we do our chores? Why should we do our homework? And what is the benefit? When we start putting that in the forefront,
yeah,
we're not forcing our child to do something that's dangerous or something that's not good for them. We're forcing them to do something that we know in the long run is going to be good for them, right? So,
absolutely.
discipline has to happen on both sides. Now, the next one is the commitment, right?
Mm,
When you set a goal, whatever that goal is, whether it's in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year, or in our case, black belt takes anywhere from 3 to 5 years. When you make a commitment, it's like making a promise. It's like making a promise. And that discipline is what's going to help us to follow through with that commitment. And I use it with the board breaking. If you go to break the board and it doesn't break the first time, you have two choices.
give
You can
up
quit and give up,
or try again.
or you can try again. That's
Yeah.
100% right. It's
Yep.
100% right.
And
And
that's
so
exactly
that
true.
lesson,
Yep, that's exactly true. We teach the exact same thing, right? Like there's so many times that you're going to fail in life and it's okay to try again. It's okay to fail multiple times. Failure is part of the formula to success. We have to stop demonizing failure and put failure on a pedestal. Failure is good because you at least tried, right? Like at least you went for it, right? And
mm-hmm,
then you learn from it, right? There's not really losses in life. There's either wins or there's lessons. Like what did I do wrong? If I hit that board and I hit it with the wrong part of my fist, or I didn't hit the center, or I wasn't confident enough, or whatever it is I did wrong, what do
mm-hmm,
I need to do next time to make it better, right? And yeah, you're
that's right.
absolutely right. Commit to excellence, commit to not being average, commit to being ordinary, not or extraordinary, not ordinary, right? It's a mindset is what it really comes down to. Like I agree 100% with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It's funny too when you talk about how we should be putting failure on a pedestal more often than not, because I just did an exercise in class with my black belts. Not sure that I do it with my 3-year-old class or a younger group, but I did it with the black belts. And here was the exercise: is we had 5 black belts or 3 black belts. I just had them competing per rank, and I had them all do a form, right? And they were competing, and everybody watching had to vote who had the best form.
Yeah,
And in one group there was 5 kids doing a form, and I got to say, by the way, all 5 of these black belts did an amazing form. They did much better based on competition because they knew it was a contest than if they would have gotten up and performed by themselves like you would in a tournament one at a time. So I had them all
absolutely.
5 up at one time, and everybody else had to vote. And of course, I had everybody cover their eyes and just vote by name, so no peer pressure on the vote. But 2 out of those 5 black belts did not get a single vote. Didn't get a single vote. And I told my wife this, and she said that was so mean. And and by the way, Mason was one of them. He didn't get a vote on his form. But I said, look, it's okay. You did a better
Yeah,
form by just competing, just putting yourself out there. And so you got 0 votes. Maybe that'll drive you. Maybe that'll drive you to get more votes. Again, is that an exercise that I'm going to do with a 3-year-old class? Probably not. I did it with a black belt class. And I just think that it's important sometimes that we
yeah.
we know that, like, hey, we're a little light. We need to step it up a bit. I think that's huge. Let's get to that last one, number 5. No excuses. I talked about it before. Sometimes people confuse reasons for not doing something with an excuse
Yeah.
of why they do it. What are some common excuses that you get?
Oh man, I think people just like to be comfortable, right? I think people are just they would rather be comfortable and complacent than be working towards something. Common excuses I get for what not doing martial arts or not following through and getting their black belt or just giving up on
Anything.
anything. Yeah, it's too hard. It hurts. I can't. A lot of people have had, past coaches or parents even. Some of you guys need to get some of the stuff your parents told you when you were a kid out of your head. Some people have old tapes that they play, right? But for some people, they create the excuses because it's easier to stay back here where I'm safe and comfortable than it is to cross that line and try, right? But everybody has an excuse, man, for a lot of things, right? I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I can't do it. I'm not good enough. Like, whatever it is. I talk to some people that
Mhm.
come to our kickboxing classes and they want to lose weight. And they say, man, these workouts, they're really hard. I say, what's hard? Diabetes is hard. Dying early is hard. Getting your leg amputated because you're overweight, that's hard. These are real life things, right? Not living long enough to see your kids get married or your kids have kids, that's hard, right? This is temporary, right? But it's easy to make excuses for ourselves and feel sorry for ourselves. You got to have no excuses. You got to commit, like you said, all the way, go all the way. If this is something that you want bad enough, you got to push yourself to do it. And you got to be not afraid to put in the work, willing to put in the work.
That's right.
What about you? What are
My
your common excuses that you hear?
well, my favorite one is I don't have enough time. And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we all have we all have
24
the
hours.
same amount, right? I mean, what is it? 86,400 seconds in a day. We all have that
Right.
same time. What are you going to choose to do with it,
Yes.
right? For me, my workout is my very first priority of the day. Going to the gym is my number one priority. Why? Because I know for a fact I will get busy throughout the day. I will be working. I will be taking on calls. I will want to spend time with the family. When I get home, I want to, enjoy dinner or, whatever it is and time with the family. I know I'm not going to go to, so if I got to get the workout in, I'm going to do it at a time where I know I can knock it out. I
Yeah.
can move on with my day. And so that's number one. I don't have enough time. Um, my child plays soccer. My child plays baseball. I work late. You know, if it's important to you, whatever it
Yeah.
is, you're going to find the time, you're going to make the time, you're going to find the money, you're going to make the money.
Yes.
That's another thing. People that drink Starbucks every day somehow can't afford certain
Mm-hmm.
things because they choose that
It's
over
not a
whatever
priority.
else.
It's not a
Right.
priority, man. That's what it comes down to. Like, listen, it's real cut and dry. Like the most successful people, right? Whether it's in business, multimillionaires, very successful authors, athletes, whatever it is, the people that are the most successful have 24 hours in a day, and then the biggest losers in life who do nothing and accomplish nothing and sit around and they're bitter and angry and gripe. They got the same 24 hours, right? It's how we choose to spend our time. If you see something as a priority, you're going to make the time for it. That's it. It's just that simple, right? So it's being able to, again, be out of your comfort zone and push yourself and challenge yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to make this a priority. No excuses and commit. I love these five, though. Just to reiterate, we got confidence, focus, discipline, commitment, and no excuses, all for a black belt mindset. And I think you can have that same mindset just out of martial arts, too. I think martial arts, I want to challenge you guys that are martial artists to have that same martial arts black belt mindset with these 5 areas off the mat. That would be my challenge for you guys this week.
100%, 100%. And we talk about it all the time that you can balance the two. I hope that people don't think that you know we don't know what it's like to have other things going on in our life. You got a big fight coming up, but you're a school owner and you got the Raptor program that you just launched. And so, I mean, you got a lot of different things going on. You got to prioritize your time for each one of those things.
Being a
So it's
dad.
not like this. Yeah, it's not like this
Yeah.
mindset is one dimensional. It's really a mindset for your entire life. Now, I brought it up, right? Raptor Extreme Karate. One of the things that we love about it at our school is it just gives that confidence. It gives that focus, gets them prepared for competition, which, some people can argue that competition is not the best. And some people will say that competition can bring out the best in each student. I think that it just really depends on what situation you're in and how you're prepared for it. But at the end of the day, I think that having a program like this in our school has really upped the mindset because we just had a great demo. Actually the second demo for the brand new demo team. I don't know if you saw the video, but
I did. They were awesome. They looked so good.
they went and by the way, if you watch the first demo and then you watch the second
Progression.
demo, you can see a
Big,
difference.
yeah, big progression. Just a little bit of time that they've been putting in, you can really see the skills exploding. It's really awesome. And our Raptor curriculum works on forms, weapons, and fighting. I mean, it's multifaceted, and it really is designed to take martial arts students and schools to the next level. So I've been seeing a lot of great success. We've put so many years of dedication into building this program out, and the schools that are using it now are just flourishing. So it's amazing to be able to see that transition. Absolutely.
Well, let's take a look and let's show them a quick clip of Raptor Extreme, and I think that you'll see those things that we were talking about, that focus and that confidence in the kids that are performing in this video. So just want to thank everybody for watching today. We're trying to keep this going every Thursday, and just let us know if there's a topic that you want us to talk about next. But here it is, Raptor Extreme Karate coming at you.